Hey, we're back again, and now we're at the other end of the kitchen. Here, just scan this way. Just scan the camera towards me. All right. It's a big kitchen. We do a lot of walking back and forth. All right. So once it out, now we're over here to the grill. Here's the oven we've been using, which is a wonderful, wonderful oven. That's for sure. Well, orientation, freshman orientation, they saw it. If you guys are not, if you were a freshman, you saw the orientation. If you're not, here's our breast. Nice. You can see it picked up a lot of the color. We're not ready yet. We got to clean the grill. This is something I wanted to show you. I worked with a French chef, and he never threw anything out. We use this for cleaning the grill. It adds flavor, it adds oil, plus this goes in the garbage can when you're done. So, but you can see the amount of fat that's on that. That's all fat. Now this grill's a little rough. Oh, this is a duck skin. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is the gupchi, the pibu. I don't know what you call it, but this is what I peeled off the duck breast. That came off of the duck breast. And instead of throwing it in the garbage can, I work with a French chef who we used to, because we had duck on the menu, he would save it and use it for cleaning the grill. It's organic, it's clean, it's free, it adds flavor. Right? And then use which doesn't look like a clean hangju, but it was at one time, to clean off any of the extra carbon. Okay. Now, all grills are different, and you have to feel it. This center is very hot. And turn that down. Almost to off, really. Grilling, and once again, like baking and grilling and sauteing, there's no way you can put a clock on it. This particular breast, this one's actually very huge. It's really not suitable for grilling because the thickness of it. So what we're going to do, though, is mark it. All right, we're going to throw it on the grill, and we're going to give it that kind of grill mark. To finish this off on the grill will take probably about 15 minutes. If you have a restaurant with grilled duck breast, there's no way in the world you could get that done in 15 minutes. Customers are not going to wait that long. That's for sure. So I put the lines go this way. I put the breast off at 45-degree angle. I'm going to lift it and drop it again on a 45-degree angle to give it that really nice X mark. You don't want to move it too early either, because it will stick. That's nice. That's nice. It's not sticking. That's for sure. Now this is going to take a little while. Maybe I shouldn't have turned it down so much. That's fine. This is, like I said, this is very hot. Trying to see if I can duplicate the markings. Not really. Take a peek. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to take it and put it 45 degrees this way. Now if this was steak or something, yes, you could yeah, there's the camera. Hey. And I'm looking at the video camera, which I don't see myself when we're doing the videos. It's kind of funny. So I don't know what's going on. If this was steak, of course, steaks are medium rare, well done, things like that. Duck breast, you should cook 80 to 90%. Now, some people do like it, and I've even seen duck served raw, pounded. I don't really recommend it. So what I got here is a pan, a little duck fat so it doesn't stick. Preheated my oven. That's a beautiful duck breast, though. I tell you that. Yeah. But to cook it on the stove would take way too long. It'd take 15, 20 minutes. And I don't think you want to sit here and watch me cook something for 15, 20 minutes. Camera up on me. If you were doing banquets and catering where you have to do 150 of these, this is how you do it. You turn it up real hot. Mark it. Lay them up in the trays, stack up your trays. When it's time to go, you throw them all in the oven. There'd be no way you could feed this to 150 people or even a fairly busy restaurant by grilling it. But once again, by grilling it this way with the marinade, especially the balsamic vinegar marinade, has a little sugar in there and it really gives it a nice flavor. Lift it up, turn it again there. The bottom doesn't matter that much. The bottom doesn't. This is the top side, the flesh side. So we're going to take that up to give you a little closer look at it. Yeah. Let me stop moving. Look at that. Oh, makes me hungry. And the smell, wonderful. You shine on me. I'm going to put it into the oven. I'll stay there. I don't want you to come around. We'll come around later. I'm going to put this in the oven until my thermometer tells me, and that's 180 Fahrenheit. Celsius, I don't know, not sure. I'll have to look that up, to be honest with you. Actually, maybe you look it up. It should cook to 180 Fahrenheit. What that is in Celsius, I'm not sure. Okay, we're going to clean up and go back down. So pause it. Go again. Okay. Well, the duck breast is almost done. So it's time to start the potato pancakes. I'm just doing a test one right now. It's always good to test, especially with anything like a fried item or something like that. You want to make sure it has enough, whoops, stay on there, enough salt and pepper added to it. Could use some salt. Enough pepper, that's for sure. Potatoes take a lot of salt. Okay, so that's done. Pan hot and oiled. Once again, my preference, I should have a spoon for this. I like El Natural. I like when you take it and just splat it on there. All right, 3 is a good number. Flatten them out a bit because you want them to cook through. If they're too tall, they won't cook evenly. So you want to flatten them out. But I like these irregular shapes. You can get a little ring mold and things like that. Well, once again, yeah, if you're going for a 5-star place here, I'm going to turn this down a bit. Make sure they cook 100%. Now I'm going to focus on the sauce because we have the sauce to do. Okay. Once again, shallots are preferred, but running short on shallots. Be honest with you, if you guys watch these videos very closely and understand the concept and the precepts that go through here, and the repetition, sweating, deglazing, things like that, you should have absolutely no problem understanding Western cooking. And I always tell you guys to understand your cooking, understand my cooking. You guys have to understand your cooking. You have to understand what Korean food, how to make Korean food. Hi guys. I don't know if you could tell. We've had a lot of technical difficulties here, the frozen frame and things like that. I don't know what's saved and what's not saved. So what we're going to do again is basically start this all over again. I had to add a little flour to it because of the amount of water that's coming out of the vegetables. And as I said before, I really like this natural blop style. Flatten them out. Once again, like I said, I really don't know what's left over on the video. But hopefully get 3 of these bad boys out of here. They're very nice size. You don't want to make them too big. But you want to flatten them out so they cook thoroughly. Especially when you add flour. More flour you add, the lower the temperature and the longer the cooking. If not, they become doughy, and that's not really good. There you go. Okay. We'll let those guys cook. We might as well start our sauce. Already started to chop the onions, and obviously I'm adding a lot of garlic. While we're on break time too, I fried up some onions, only because onions are very much from the city of Lyon, Lyonnaise it's called. They eat a lot of onions. They're known for their onions in France. And Koreans, you guys eat a lot of onions, so why not do the duck breast Lyonnaise style? Keep in mind, once again, that this is a lot of garlic. Very little onion, actually. By ratios, it's really a lot of garlic. But once again, we have no problem with garlic in this classroom or in this country. I'm slowly looking at keeping my eyes on the pancakes. The bottom will be smooth, the top will be rough, and that's the beauty of these things. That's why I kind of like this recipe. There we go. Once it's sticking there, surprised about that. Very surprised it's sticking. Still a little longer on there. I'm going to move this over to here. Turn that up a little. Turn it on. Get that warm. Oops. Pop the cap off. Now I could use butter or anything like that. I got the butter on ice because we're going to do a butter sauce, and you need very cold butter to do a butter sauce. Let me flip these bad boys. Interesting, a different color combination. Well, that's my life story. That's okay. The other side, this is the bottom side. The other side's more important. What's the first step? Sweat onions and garlic. All right. We got our wine reduction. It's not as cold. It's kind of like syrup. You know, really thickened up a lot. Very, very nice. Turn down my duck stock. It's interesting how the three totally different colors. Next step, what? Deglaze. What are we going to deglaze with? Duck stock. Could I use more red wine? Sure, but enough is enough. Enough is enough. Plus, the duck stock gives it a nice flavor and body. One more. I guess you could tell I'm getting tired. I should have chopped that a lot smaller. Those big pieces, that's for sure. Again, with my whip. Crushy D. Okay? If technical problems, hopefully that does not become an issue for you guys. It's frozen. Okay, we're gonna. Ooh, he's working. Okay, I tell you, we're having a lot of problems here, and we're coming up to the end of this dish, and this is a wonderful dish, and I hope we can get done with it. Red wine reduction, our pancakes are done, all right? I'm starting the sauce now. I'm going to add a little roux. And if you notice too, this is not a lot of stock in here. Like a lot of times we add a lot more stock. But since we're doing a butter sauce, the key component is the butter, not necessarily the stock or the roux. Okay, so what you do, you add not a lot of roux, you add enough roux to make it a fairly thick sauce. You're going to cook that. And let me get my ice butter. Ooh. Got a lot of technical problems here. I'm really nervous that we're going to lose this whole video. Okay. Now, when you're doing a butter sauce, any butter sauce, the butter should be cold, if not almost frozen. Just a little butter, folks. Just a little butter. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got things in the way. All right. It looks like a little interesting color there. Cut it into cubes. As you can see, this butter is very cold, and that's a key point. That is a key point. Get your paddle ready. You're going to add some red wine, not all of it. Can we get into that pot? Yeah. Nice color. I'm going to check it. Okay, I'm going to add a little salt and a little pepper. Ooh, old Herman. Old Herman says, I want to be in the movies. Okay. Now at this point, I always tell you guys, when we finish off with butter, you finish off with a small amount of butter. Since we're making a butter sauce, you're going to need to leave the heat on because you're going to be adding this butter bit by bit. And if you turn it off, it'll just get too cold too fast. This is going to take a little while, so you can't hurry it. But we can kind of speed it up a bit, but you got to be very careful with butter sauces. They can break very easily, especially with the acid that's inside the red wine. I really don't recommend this to make this at home. I really don't recommend it only because the chance of failure is pretty great with butter sauces. And if you throw a whole block of butter into there, your mother's going to get a little angry if it breaks. So wait until we get to school, especially with a red wine sauce. There's a lot of acid in there. Half of this sauce itself is going to be just really whole butter. The reason why you have to have the butter cold too is that if it's warm or even not warm but almost refrigerated temperature, the oil will separate from it. And this butter itself has a lot of water in it, so this even doing this, I'm a little worried, a little risky about doing it because you saw how much water is in this butter when you boil it off. Looking good. They do break, and it's a disturbing thing. Okay. Now at this point, the butter is pretty much dissolved. There's some pieces still left in there, but they will go. But you keep mixing it. Keeps mixing it until all the butter is totally emulsified. Clean this off. Move this away. And let's see. We got a goop chow somewhere. Once again, right? We always talk about the nappe. That's a very nice nappe. Oh, that's nice. Remember, this is almost 50% butter, if not even a little more. So, if you're on a diet, don't come to my restaurant. That's for sure. Let's get the pancakes on the plates. Let's see, what kind of presentation we're going to do here. Okay, we'll put these in the center, I think. We'll do a modern presentation. Now, the classical style is 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So 2, 7, 10, that type of configuration. More modern, you have a tendency going in towards the center. We'll might as well just go a little upscale today on this presentation. We're going to get the duck out, which is done. And hot. Okay. The balsamic vinegar made it very, very dark. That's for sure. But it's okay. Once again, you're going to slice it on a bias. Fan it out. Oh, that's a very nice duck breast, that's for sure. Let's see, what do you want to do with the sauce, guys? I'd hate to cover it up. So we'll do a 50-50. All right, we'll place it on the... We'll fan it out. This sauce, that's a perfect consistency. And look at how shiny it is. I did, like I said, honestly, I should have cut the onions and garlic a little smaller for Western cooking. Like I said, got a little tired. But once again, please forgive me. Because if you could taste this, you'd love it. Oh, look at that. Pure butter sauces, I tell you. They're the king of sauces. That's for sure. And I said before, while we were trying to fix the computer, right, I fried up some onions, Lyonnaise style. Once again, roasted duck. Can't go wrong with that. Okay. Let's get this in here. In and under. Obviously, the garnishing on something like this actually looks awkward. A piece of thyme on top would look nice. The parsley doesn't work with the modern presentation, that's for sure. Okay. You notice most of the sauces we finish off with is butter and cream. There's no cream in this one. This is all butter sauce, a pure butter sauce. The problem with butter sauces is that you can't reheat them. Once you make them and you use them, you can't reheat them. They'll break. The oil will separate from the butter, and you'll have a mess. You can't really separate it at all. What time we got running on here? 5 more minutes? Great. Let me just quickly do this. I wanted to do this only because it's a funny thing to do. Not a funny thing to do. People always say, like, I always tell you, there's nothing to waste in the kitchen. And, right? Now I'm done. I'm done for the day. right? So, but what I do have is some duck stock, which is very nice. I have a strainer, which is nice. I even have some Lyonnaise onions, which are very nice. Again, soups are one of my specialties. They really are. I'm going to take a little roux, tighten this up. Tighten, that's an interesting term. Tighten it up means to make it a little thicker. But once again, I'm making a soup now. What kind of soup? Onion soup? Maybe. Duck soup? Absolutely. But there's something that we had left over, and I said, well, I might make a soup out of it. I'll give you a hint. It had to do with the chicken. Right? That had the duxelle left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm making a cream of mushroom soup. A simple, fast, and delicious cream of mushroom soup. Make sure you get... Okay, let me check. Need a kucha here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I add a little more roux to it, but not much. Not much more. Because we're not making a duxelle sauce, we're making duxelle soup. We're making cream of mushroom soup. Okay, we bring that to a quick boil. Reason why a quick boil, I'm in a hurry. Pretty much, but once again, I hate to throw all this stuff out without at least showing you that everything has a second life in the kitchen, that's for sure. Whether it's mirepoix or soup or anything like that. There we go. That's the consistency you want. Now what we're going to do is to make it creamed. All right? And let's see if we got a bowl anywhere. Hold on for a second. Now, in reality, though, it should cook a little longer. But, you know, I just want to give you the idea that what you have here, and if you had some bread or croutons, right, cream of mushroom soup with basically what was left over from today's production, okay? And there's more things to do. There's a lot more cooking that could be done with these leftovers. But once again, like I said, I want you guys to understand that in every kitchen there is a use. Oh, that looks really good. I think my dinner is going to be pretty delicious tonight. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. See you on the next video. Okay. Jaga. Stay safe.